Good evening, Epiphany Lutheran Church and friends.
Good evening, St. John Lutheran Church friends and family. We are with you on this cold Friday night, and we are mourning the loss. Well, first of all, the loss of my Uncle Paul, who died a few days ago, whose service was today in Chicago. And then some people who were big influences in our life.
Yeah.
Died yesterday and today.
So anyway, the one I'm going to mention to you that you probably didn't know and don't even know about him, but I will mention this one anyway, before we get to the funny ones, is Thich Nhat Hanh just passed away. He was he was a very famous Buddhist monk, Buddhist teacher. Has lots of books out. You can find his books usually in like your major bookstores everywhere, but he was 95 years old. He was a Vietnamese monk. Also, he was just an amazing man in terms of working for a lot of peace and justice issues throughout the world. The other ones that kind of form a little bit of our own.
You tell one, and I'll tell the other.
Okay. So we'll go with this. I will tell you that yesterday.
I'm sure I'll heard of
Meatloaf, the singer Meatloaf, passed away at 70. In fact, I found myself deciding to put on, because I'd never listened to the whole album all the way through. Bad Out of Hell was playing in our kitchen while I was cooking dinner in honor of Meatloaf, who you might know as an actor, but was more known as a singer, and actually wrote some incredibly funny lyrics. One of the best known songs, probably not the most appropriate church song, was Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
That's a great song.
Which the ending of it, I had to laugh at the ending line of it when he's trying to convince his girlfriend to do certain things with him, and she's trying to convince him to say "I love you," and at the very end, he ends up being convinced of it and says, "I'll love you to the end of time. I'll love you to the end of time." And then he prays, "And I'm praying for the end of time."
Yep.
So, but a funny song.
Yep.
So.
And sadly, Louis Anderson, the comedian, died today. And I loved Louis Anderson. I saw him. I still remember seeing him the first time he was on national television, which was on Johnny Carson. I just actually pulled it up. If you could pull up YouTube, you can watch it, and it's just so funny. He was always funny, but he also was very honest about what he went through in his childhood, and he wrote a book about it, and he just was a very creative, talented man, a Minnesota nice guy. He was 68, and he passed away today. So, we didn't know him, but we knew him. You know what I mean? Like, they touched our lives. They made our lives better. We enjoyed what they put out, and that will still be around. And so I'm thankful. For Louis Anderson, because he was just hilarious. I just started watching the first few minutes of him from his first Johnny Carson appearance, and just busted out laughing.
I even pulled up some of his quotes. Actually, I heard one as I was driving home, and they were talking about Louis Anderson, or I was driving from the store today, and Louis Anderson got on and said, if they have to put one more X on his XLs, he's going to have to be in the Super Bowl. So.
I hadn't heard that one.
So, but other ones that he was famous for were, what he says his first words were?
What?
Seconds, please. Also said, I can't stay long. I'm in between meals.
That was his very first line on Johnny Carson.
Oh, was it? Well, there you go.
He just said it. He said,
there you go.
He did it perfectly. He's like, I can't stay long. I'm in between meals.
Yeah.
It was the very first joke he made
on
Johnny Carson on national television. And I was reading today that he, what brought him into, like Johnny Carson was, he won the annual Midwestern comedy event, which of course he won it. I mean, he's just great. He was so funny. I mean, sometimes being self-deprecating, making fun of yourself, everybody laughs along with you instead of looking at you like, well, what's wrong with, I mean, he just went right there.
And especially early on, he would make fun of his weight instead of having
that's
people
what
make
his
fun
whole
of it.
thing.
Yeah, it was
his first whole routine on Johnny Carson. It's just, I mean, like I said, it's about 6 minutes something, and I just caught the first couple minutes. I'm going to go back and watch it again, and I'm going to have Sam watch it
Yes.
just to see it. So
One of his other lines was, he says, "I live in California, the worst place in the world for fat people. There are 3 of us. They have us on 8-hour shifts, so it works out." So,
he had another joke about California tonight. You'll have to see
Okay.
about him being a beach whale. People that use the beach whale.
oh, there we go.
Trying to get him
Okay.
back in the water so they can keep him alive.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah. Well, so you said you were just gonna go for. You know what? It's January. It's cold. We're cold here. My brother said it was sunny and 25 in Kansas City, but we were gray today, in the 30s. So what did we do? We went with 4 other people we don't know to the movie theater at noon and saw the new Spider-Man, which was fantastic.
Yes.
So good. You go at noon or 1, go to the early show. Usually there's not many people there, so you can feel a lot safer when you go first. So that's what we did. We haven't. It's the only second movie we've seen in the last year, I think, in a theater.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that was fun. But so I'm just doing a few more jokes about winter. So
Oh,
you
okay.
have
And I'm
anything?
just pulling up puns. So,
All right.
so go ahead, make fun of winter.
Well, because in February we'll do Valentine's Day and stuff like that. So, but getting a job in the Arctic in the winter is great. Do you know why?
Why?
When the days get short, you only have to work a 30-minute work week. Why do seals swim in salt water? Because pepper water makes them sneeze. What do you call a snowman party?
Okay.
A snowball. What did the snowman eat? Icebergs with chili sauce.
Okay. All right.
What do you call a gangsta snowman? Frosty. Which side of an Arctic tern has the most feathers?
The outside.
The outside. How does a snowman get around?
Okay.
He rides an icicle.
Hmm.
Who is Frosty's favorite ant? Antarctica. This goes along with our theme for tonight. I requested Samuel. I'll be saying Frosty the Snowman. He said, but that Christmas is over. I said, Frosty the Snowman is just sung at Christmas. But it's really
It
not
was
about
not
Christmas.
originally a Christmas song.
No.
Yes.
So that's why I requested
Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call a penguin in the Sahara Desert?
Lost.
Exactly. Exactly. It's making me think, by the way, if you're looking for a good show, I don't know if it's Masterpiece or not on PBS. They're doing a new version from that era of Around the World in 80 Days, and it is fantastic.
And that just reminds me that
On
I just
Sunday
saw a
nights.
piece of news this morning that said in Saudi Arabia they just got a snowstorm in Saudi Arabia.
What?
Yes. So
Wow.
there you go. I don't know when the
Well,
last
that
time
tells you a
was.
lot about our weather. Wow. Wow. What did the snowman and his wife put over their baby's crib?
Okay.
A snowmobile. See, isn't that perfect?
There you go.
Why didn't Guns N' Roses turn up for the gig when it was snowing? Because Axl froze.
That's for our son, who's been known to listen to Guns N' Roses.
What do you call an old snowman?
Okay.
Water. Why didn't the tourist in the Arctic get any sleep? Because he plugged his electric blanket into the toaster by mistake and kept popping out of bed all night. Go silly. If the sun shines while it's snowing, what should you look for? Snowbows. You know, like rainbows, but snowbows.
Okay.
Well, you sometimes can see a reflection
Okay.
of like a rainbow with
Sure.
the snow sometimes, but never, that's kind of cute, you know? What did one Greenland shark say to the other? Say good looking, didn't I meet you last night at the feeding frenzy? Why did the farmer only wear one boot to town? Now this is not fair to farmers, I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
He heard there would be a 50% chance of snow. None of the farmers I know would do that. What sort of cakes do snowmen like? The ones with thick icing. How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
Okay.
You look for fresh prints. What is your favorite Mexican food of snowman, Sam?
I don't know.
I mean, what is the favorite Mexican food of snowman?
I don't know.
Burritos. Okay, I'll do two more. What kind of money do snowmen use in the North Pole? Cold, hard cash. And what did the snowman order at Wendy's? My favorite.
A Frosty.
A Frosty.
Oh, there we go.
I'll have a chocolate Frosty, please.
And now for the daily pun for you. I don't know who needs to know this, but listen. Even if a bear wears socks and shoes, he still has bare feet.
Oh.
There we go. Let's see. When I worked at a shoe store, I would start my day feeling pumped up, but by the end of the day, I would leave feeling flat.
Okay.
So, let's see. Why did Mr. Ed go off the air?
I don't know why.
Because he horsed around.
Ha ha
I'm
ha.
not sure if
That's
I'm not
really
sure.
an
I'm not
old
sure
joke.
if Sam knows.
No,
that.
Mr. Ed is like of the black and white. Mr. Ed wasn't on when I was a kid. I'm
So,
pretty sure it was
there,
gone.
there was a farmer who just couldn't keep his hands off his wife, so he fired them. Sam's, not his.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you don't like music puns, you have my symphony.
Ha ha.
When is a door not a door?
I don't know. When is it?
When it's a jar.
Ha ha.
Then it shows a picture here. This is Sister Abigail of Nice. She was highly respected for her wisdom. They called her none the wiser.
Oh.
So, let's see.
You're not doing any useless information.
I'm
huh?
not. I will eventually. Just not right now.
All right. That's fine.
And so, oh, there it is. And there, in honor of Meatloaf, someone put up this. And there, hanging from the car mirror, were a pair of dice by the dashboard lights.
Oh.
So, but, let's see. We'll try one more here.
No, you have to do at least two more.
At least two more. Okay.
Yes. I do many jokes.
I keep hearing that everything is better in moderation, but I've yet to find moderation on any map. Son asked the father, "Dad, are we pyromaniacs?" To which the dad responded, "Yes, we are, son." Arson. Okay.
No, that wasn't a bad one. I just didn't understand it was arson.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had to tell for both of us, didn't he?
that's it.
You have one more. You can do one more.
One more.
Yes.
Let's see. I dropped 3 pounds of ground pork on the floor. You never saw such mess. There we go. Okay, bad puns for you. The only thing that flat earthers have to fear is sphere itself.
Oh boy.
Okay, there we go. Your turn.
Hat on a little bit
Your
better.
turn.
Hang on. Gotta get my hat on a little bit better. I have a big head, so I'm trying to remember how. I guess because I used to wear this hat a lot. I loved it a lot. I still love it. All right, let's see. What did the seal say when it swam into a concrete wall?
What did the seal say when he swam into a concrete wall?
Damn. What do women use to stay young looking in the Arctic? Cold cream, of course. Why was the snowman sad?
Okay.
Because he had a milk. What happened when the snow girl had a fight with the snow boy?
What was that?
She gave him the cold shoulder.
Okay.
You don't have to do that. How do you prevent a summer cold?
How do you prevent a summer cold?
You catch it in the winter. And by the way, I don't have a cold. People hear me. Hopefully people from St. John got the message tonight either by text or by phone about worship, which I'll share later. But I know several people from other messages have said, well, you sound like you have a cold. I'm like, no, I just have allergies in my nose. I take medicine. I do spray. But no, I'm fine, which is great. To be fine. How do snowmen greet each other? Nice to meet you. What are you singing at Snowman's birthday party? Freeze a jolly good fellow, freeze a jolly good fellow, freeze a jolly good fellow. Oh, who are Frosty's parents? Mom and Popsicle. What sort of ball doesn't bounce?
Okay.
A snowball. What do you call a slow skier? A slowpoke. What type of diet did the snowman go on? The meltdown diet. What did the snowman order at the fast food restaurant? An iceberg with extra cheese. What's a good winter tip? Never catch snowflakes on your tongue until all the birds have flown south for the winter. What do you call a reindeer with no eyes? I have no idea. What does a snowman take when he gets sick? A chill pill. What did one Arctic Murray, I must be a bird, say the other? What? We flew 2,000 miles for this? What did the detective in the Arctic say to the suspect? Where were you on the night of September to March? You know, because it's night, it's dark.
Right.
I don't know it's from Alaska to Arctic that they have, it's light in the summer and dark in the winter, right? So like they'll have dark for what, months that they don't see sun?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the spring comes and then they
And
get
then
to
in
like summer,
summertime,
they have no
those, yeah.
no night. Man, I don't know if I can do that. What do you call a snowman in July? A puddle, of course. What did the walrus say when it was late? I would have been here sooner, but my iceberg didn't ship. What did the icy Arctic road say to the truck? Want to go for a spin? Winter's coming, so I'm knitting you a muffler. What size is your mouth? And there's a few knitters, a few crocheters in the church. That's a good one. What do you use to catch an Arctic hare?
What's
A hairnet. What did the tree say after a long winter? What a relief. What do you call 10 Arctic hares hopping backward through the snow together?
What's that?
A receding hairline. What do snowmen do on Christmas?
What's that?
They play with snow angels. I'll tell 3 more. Well, how does a penguin build a house?
How's that?
He glues it together. What happened when an icicle landed on the snowman's head? It knocked him out cold. What kind of cake does the Ice Queen like to eat on her birthday?
What's that?
The flavor doesn't matter as long as it has lots of... Okay, 2 more. What does a gingerbread man put on his bed? Oh, I did this one last week. A cookie sheet. What's the best kind of dog to get for the holidays? A poinsettia.
Oh, there we go.
And lastly, why do mummies like holiday gifts?
Why is that?
Because of all the wrappings.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple of from. I've talked about the Daily Pun, which you can join, but there's also another one called Warped Theological Humor. So I have one short quote for you, and then another longer joke that's in here. The quote is from D.L. Moody, who says, "I am glad we are saved by grace, not by good works, because I don't want to sit in heaven and listen to everybody brag for eternity about how they got here." I thought that was pretty good. For
That was
us
very
Lutherans,
good.
I thought for us Lutherans,
I don't
that's
think he's
especially
Lutheran, is he?
especially good. What's that?
I don't think he's Lutheran.
No, D.L. Moody, I don't think he was. But
Oh, Moody.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
The other one was, this is a longer joke. A cowboy who just moved from Wyoming to Texas walks into a bar and orders 3 mugs of Bud. He sits in the back of the room drinking a sip out of each one in turn. When he finishes them, he comes back to the bar and orders 3 more. The bartender approaches and tells the cowboy, you know, a mug goes flat after I draw it. It would taste better if you bought one at a time. The cowboy replies, well, you see, I have 2 brothers. One is in Arizona, the other is in Colorado. When we all left our home in Wyoming, we promised that we'd drink this way to remember the days when we drank together. So I'm drinking 1 beer for each of my brothers and 1 for myself. The bartender admits that this is a nice custom and leaves it there. The cowboy becomes regular in the bar and always drinks the same way. He orders 3 mugs and drinks them in turn. One day he comes in and he only orders 2 mugs. All the regulars take notice and fall silent. When he comes back to the bar for the second round, the bartender says, I don't want to intrude on your grief, but I wanted to offer my condolences on your loss. The cowboy looks quite puzzled for a moment, and then a light dawns on his eyes and he laughs. He says, oh no, he says, everyone's just fine, he explained. It's just that my wife and I joined the Baptist church, and I had to quit drinking. But it hasn't affected my brothers, though.
That's good. I like that.
There you go.
Oh, cute.
So,
Very cute. Wow.
so here we go. And then another one. A woman is sitting at her deceased husband's funeral. A man leans into her and asks, do you mind if I say a word? No, go right ahead, the woman replies. The man stands, clears his throat, says, plethora, and sits back down. Thanks, the woman says. That means a lot. Okay, bad pun. There we go. Announcements?
Do we want to do announcements for the
Or
boys'
no,
thing?
well, not announcements. Yeah, we gotta have songs.
Do you want me to go first or you want Chris?
Sure, you go first.
Go first, yes.
Alright.
In
Yeah,
case we get cut off, baby.
that's right.
Yeah, you know what? That'd probably be a
Yeah.
good
Actually, we
thing.
probably should
So-
do announcements before Christopher because we got cut off last week, right?
You guys want to just do announcements first?
Sure, we'll do announcements
Alright.
first.
Alright.
This is your mid-Friday night fun announcements.
Well, just to say, you should have, if you are part of the Church of St. John, you should have either gotten a text or a phone call tonight from me, letting you know that after a long discussion, the council voted last Sunday to remain with church online only for the next 2 weeks. So, worship will be up on Facebook and on YouTube on the 23rd and the 30th. Should be up by 10 o'clock. YouTube may be a little bit later, or do you put up right away, Sam?
I try to, but sometimes with YouTube it's a little bit harder because we usually sometimes will have some copyright claims that'll come up, and I usually post it after the Facebook one is already done.
Okay, so YouTube will be up a little bit later. This week there's no drive-by communion because we're having our second part of our annual meeting on Zoom at 11:30. You should have received an email about that. If you did not receive an email, please text me or let me know, and I'll do my best to try to get that sent to you. The office will be open Tuesday through Friday next week. There's no Wednesday worship the next few weeks as well. If you have anything you want to drop by, feel free to do so. On the 30th, we will have drive-through communion. It will start at 11:30 a.m. outside of the church. Should be for about a half an hour or so. So we hope if you want to come by then, come by for communion. I'm off on Monday, but as always, if it's an emergency, feel free to get a hold of me and just stay warm. Stay warm. It's going to be a cold weekend, so.
And on one similar note, Epiphany also has decided, because of the numbers with COVID right now, that we also will remain virtual for the next 2 weeks. For us, the service will be live streamed on Sunday at 10 o'clock, and then would be available after that, so you can join us for that. Also, a reminder: you should have received both a phone call and an email on that over the last few days. Also, just a reminder to people as well: the funeral for Patty Garst will be taking place tomorrow on Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. It will be at Caldwell and Cowan Funeral Home, which is on the access road as you're heading towards Covington. So just know that it will be there. And also, the one thing to let you all know is because we have gone virtual, we made a different decision than I know that St. John did, that we will be delaying our annual meeting by a week. So it was supposed to be next Sunday on January 30th, but right now it's delayed until Sunday, February 6th, assuming that we're back. So, but we will let you know more about that as the time comes.
And we're trying to collect Valentine's cards signed for residents where Andy and June Harnack live, and that's about 30-35 people. So if you have Valentine's cards or just want to write a little note, if you need a scripture, let me know. But there's lots of scriptures on love. You can Google them if you'd like to put a little note in. We're collecting till February 9th. If we can get more, we can get another 50 to 100, we will send them to the place where we did the 100 Christmas bags, so that people know we're thinking of them and keeping them in our prayers.
Okay. Sam?
All right. Yeah, sure.
So you might have remembered this pre-Christmas.
He's happy. Don't worry.
Well, you might remember this pre-Christmas, just a pause as we're making sure our other son is doing fine, that when we were sharing trivia about Christmas songs, that it ends up that the next song that you're about to sing, even though we associate it with Christmas all the time, is not a Christmas song, but is actually a winter song.
So we'll have to do songs of love in February, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So, Sam is going to play for us Frosty the Snowman.
Sure, yeah. All right. Well,
soul, with a corn pop pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Old Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the Snowman, Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. And led them down the streets of town to the traffic stop, and he only paused a moment when he began to holler, stop! Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday.
Now I know a verse about there must have been some magic in that.
Yeah.
Did we sing that?
We sang that.
Yeah.
I sang it and I didn't.
Would you have some more to
Catch
say?
it.
Do you have more to say about this little man?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right.
Well, I also thought there was a line, maybe it's not this one. Thumpity, thump, thump,
Oh, yeah, that's-
thumpity,
Yeah,
thump,
that's how you end it.
Look
Yeah.
at Frosty go.
That's how you technically end it.
So
Thumpity, thump,
now,
thump,
now,
thump, thump,
the
thump,
next
thump,
song chosen,
thump, thump,
actually, I think he chose this one time before, but this is kind of, I guess this is the hopeful song.
He really
So-
likes Bambi too.
Yeah, so it's from Bambi
And
too. It's
we're just letting you know, we're not doing this for money. We're mainly doing this for a fun night. So we don't make anything off of this or anything like that. But we've been kind of dinged a few times for playing songs from Disney. So if it cuts out on you, that's why.
Yeah.
We
So-
will, you know, we have to quit doing it,
So
we
this-
will.
But this
You
song
know
is
songs, but he really loves it.
this
so.
song is the first day of spring, which we're
Oh, we're all like,
we
you know, spring is
hey,
like
Christopher,
60
say
like
hello to
60 days
everybody.
away.
Hey everybody!
Christopher, can you tell us what song you're gonna sing for us tonight?
Very too first sign of spring.
First sign of spring. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Yay! Take a bow. Sam, say
Christopher.
woo.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Christopher.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining
Yeah, I'm
us.
just trying to think there was something. Christopher humming.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so join us Sunday morning and devotions next week, Tuesday, Thursday night,
Yeah.
7 p.m. and back for Friday night fun. Stay warm, you
Yes,
know,
stay warm.
it's winter.
Yep.
And even here in the South, we're cold, so stay safe, stay warm. There's going to be a few flurries at a few different places tonight, and very cold tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So we wish you good health. We pray you're staying safe and warm and healthy, and we look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing everybody I can on Zoom on Sunday.
All right.
So may the Lord bless you and keep you.
The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you.
The Lord look upon you with favor and give you peace.
In the name of the
Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night,
Take care.
everyone.
Good night.